Hello, my fellow mathematicians. There's a question on the board today in which I want us not to waste little time on it. We need to trash this on the board. Let's get to it. In a right angle triangle, tan theta is equal to 4 over 3. What is the value of sine theta minus cos theta? If you look at the board, this is a trigonometry ratio. Now, in order to solve this, I want us to import, there's something we call SOHCAHTOA. I want us to import SOHCAHTOA formula. SOHCAHTOA is going to help us to trash this. Very, very important. SOHCAHTOA. This will help us to trash that on the board. Now, look at the board. We said tan theta is equal to 4 over 3. Now, what does this SOHCAHTOA stands for? The x in the SO stands for sine theta, which is equal to the O there in this opposite over hypotenuse. Now, the C in car stands for cos theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, the T in TOA stands for tan theta, which is opposite over adjacent. You see it now? Now, looking at the question on the board, they said in a right angle triangle. Now, right angle triangle. Let's draw a right angle triangle. Look at our right angle triangle here. This is a right angle triangle. They said in a right angle triangle, tan theta is 4 over 3. Now, what is our tan? This is our tan. Tan theta is 4 over 3. So we are using this tan theta 4 over 3. So it means that our tan theta is equal to opposite is 4 and adjacent is 3, because they said tan theta is 4 over 3. Now coming to the tan theta, you have opposite over adjacent, which is 4 over 3. It's trying to tell us that our opposite is 4 and the adjacent is 3. Now you see this thing that is here now. We'll take these now to the right angle triangle. These values we have here, we'll take every of these now to the right angle triangle. Now, in the right angle triangle, where is the opposite in the right angle triangle? This is our opposite. Whenever, anywhere the degree is facing is the opposite. Anywhere the degree is facing is the what? Is the opposite. So here is the opposite, which is 4. Now, your adjacent is this way, which is what? 3. Your adjacent. Why the biggest side of the right angle triangle is called the hypotenuse. This is your hypotenuse. This is your opposite, where the degree is facing. Anywhere your theta is facing is your opposite. That anywhere your right angle triangle is facing is called the hypotenuse, while the other side is called the adjacent. Now look at this now. Opposite over adjacent. We've taken the opposite side, which is 4, to the opposite side, and we've taken the adjacent, which is 3, to the adjacent side. You've seen it now. And if you watch that right angle triangle there on the board, the bigger side is not given. The bigger side is not given, which is the what? The hypotenuse is not given. Now, since it is not given, we'll call here x, because we'll be looking for it. We'll look for this x, because this x will help us to get the other one. Now, what is the next question? What is the value of sine theta minus cos theta? What is the value of sine theta minus cos theta? Now, coming to the other side, here, sine theta, which is equal to opposite over hypotenuse, minus cos theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, we need to place all these values here. But before we can be able to place these values now, if you want, our sine theta has opposite and hypotenuse. And our sine theta has opposite over hypotenuse. And our cos theta has adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, if you look at the triangle we've drawn, the right angle triangle we've drawn, hypotenuse is not there. So we need our hypotenuse here to be able to get the value. When we get the value of hypotenuse here, we'll fix it here and here to be able to get our sine theta minus cos theta to get the final answer. Now, how do we get this x? How do we solve for the x? We solve for this x using Pythagoras theory. We'll solve this using what? Pythagoras theory. Now, using Pythagoras theory, you say, using Pythagoras theory, we say the Pythagoras theory formula is c squared equal to a squared plus b squared. That's the Pythagoras theory. The essence of doing this is to get the c part, which is the highest one, the hypotenuse. Now, we call the hypotenuse here, we call it your x squared, equal to, we call here your 4x, because here is c, here is a, and here b. So your c is x squared, your a is your 4 squared, then your b becomes your plus 3 squared. Look at it. Using Pythagoras theory, c squared equal to a squared plus b squared, and I call here my c, here a, and here b. Our c squared is your x, put your x squared there, equal to your a squared, I call it 4 squared, then plus your b squared, call my b squared 3. You see it now? Then you have your x squared equal to 4 squared is what? 16, plus 3 squared is what? Is 9. Which is giving us what? 25. Let me see that. Giving us what? 25. Now we need to look for x. How do we get x? We said our x squared is equal to 25. Now we need to get x. How do we solve for x? You cube root. To get your x, you square root both sides. You square root both sides. You say this cancel this. You have your x. Square root of 25 is what? Is 5. Everything it. Square root of 25 is 5. Because here we want to look for the x. So the value of x you bring up here, you square root both sides. You said this square root cancels this on top. Your x is alone. Now the square root of 25 is 5. Now if you watch, we've gotten our x. Our x is 5. Now if I'm to redraw this now, it will look like this. Here is our 5, here is 3, and here is 4. You see it now? Our opposite is 4, our hypotenuse is 5, and our adjacent is 3. You see it now? So with the help of this, we can now answer that on the board, which is find what is the value of sine theta minus cos theta. So we say sine theta minus cos theta. Now what is sine theta? Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse minus cos theta, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. Now what is opposite there? Our opposite is 4. 4 over the hypotenuse is 5 minus, what is our adjacent? Our adjacent is 3 minus, what is hypotenuse? Our hypotenuse is 5, which gives us 4 minus 3. Now if you look at the board, the denominators are the same. We have the same denominators. When the denominators are the same, you take 1. Because the denominators are the same, you collect 1. Now you subtract the 1 on top. The 1 on top is 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 over 5. So 1 over 5 is the answer to sine theta minus cos theta.